You're watching BBN Tonight on your official UK sports station, LEX 18. Presented by Central Bank, the official bank of UK athletics.
Well, welcome back to BBN Tonight. Last night we talked with Kentucky Volleyball's Avery Skinner about her team's remarkable undefeated start to the season. Tonight, Angie Bevan picks up the conversation with former volleyball star Leah Edmond, who is now a teacher in Lexington and is playing the game she loves professionally.
You've got a lot of accolades to your name. You were a two-time first-team All-American, two-time SEC Player of the Year. So you certainly had quite the career while you were playing at the University of Kentucky. What stands out most to you about your time as a volleyball player there?
I think definitely the relationships I created. I'm still in contact with a lot of people at UK just for like my day-to-day life or just some advice. And I think that part really carried on past the volleyball court because like I won't play volleyball forever. And at some point I'm going to have to branch out to my actual career. And so the relationships I made with people in the athletic department and also in my major as well really made such an impact on my life.
Oh, you also broke school records while you were there. So in terms of just what you did on the court and what you did as an athlete, what are you most proud of?
Definitely the championships, our 3 SEC championships. We hadn't won championships in over 20, 30 years. And so being able to bring back that culture and that excellence to University of Kentucky, especially in volleyball, was something so incredible. And being able to have all the rings and the celebrations and things like that are incredible.
The girls right now, they're having a great season. So are you keeping in touch with a lot of the current players? Because they're doing wonderful again.
I do. We all still follow each other on social media, so they're definitely still commenting on what I'm doing, but I definitely still talk to a lot of them. A couple of them FaceTimed me last week for my birthday, so we definitely stay in contact a lot.
Post-graduation, you graduated in May of 2020. You went on, though, to become a teacher. You were teaching 5th grade, right, here in Lexington. You were doing that for a little while.
Yes, I teach 5th grade at Dixie Elementary School, so yeah.
And what has that been like, doing it virtually and still connecting with the students?
It was definitely difficult, especially as a first-year teacher, because kind of like your first year, you're just learning everything. But it was nice because I got to be with them in the 4th grade when I student taught in the spring. So I kind of got most of the kids that I already knew. So like that part was nice that I already knew most of the kids. But it definitely makes it a little harder to connect with them because like it's hard for a kid to know how to log on to Zoom. So if you don't log on to Zoom, you don't see their faces. And so really making the extra effort when they're on Zoom to not only teach them the content, but just see how they're doing. Because I mean, if I was 10-year-old dealing with all this, I wouldn't know what I was doing.
February being Black History Month, we've seen on social media that you want to teach your students and have them engaged in Black History Month and teach them more about some important people and events and places. What are you doing to teach your students about some of those important things during Black History Month?
I definitely did a lot of research on my own to make sure that I'm giving them the best content and the easiest for them to understand. I think after everything that happened over the summer in 2020, I kind of went back and looked and realized that like I even still don't know the information. And I saw a lot on social media that a lot of people just don't have the information or just the background knowledge on some Black history. So this month specifically, I wanted to show the kids not like as the stereotypical people you always talk about. I wanted to show them some new people that they probably had no idea exist that actually affect their daily lives. So it was really cool to see them be like, whoa, that's cool. Like you would have never thought driving down the street that a Black person made a traffic light. And just so now that they have that awareness and know, especially for my kids that are Black in my classroom that they didn't know. And so for them to be like, wow, they did that. I can do stuff like that too. And just for all the kids in general, I think it was really important.
So obviously your teaching career is going well post-college, but you are still playing volleyball and you're playing very competitively, part of the Athletes Unlimited Volleyball League. And as we speak to you right now, you're very involved in that. Tell us a little bit about the league.
So it is not the first professional volleyball league, but the first of its kind. So right now we're the only professional volleyball league in America. It's quite interesting because it's not the same layout that you see in college. We play only 3 sets and there are points assigned to everything, which adds a whole new level. So there's points for kills, errors, serves, everything that you can think of that you can do in volleyball, there's a point assigned to it. And I think the big difference is that every week I play with a new team, which is really different. So the highest scoring players from each of the previous weeks become captains. We have a draft and they choose the exact players that they had. So this weekend, yesterday I played with one team, and then today I just finished playing with a completely different team. So it adds a whole new level of chemistry and communication and really elevates volleyball itself, because you have to be on because you're playing with different people every day.
That sounds extremely challenging, even for a top-notch athlete. So, well, Leah Edmond, again, thank you so much for joining us on BBN Tonight. It was great to catch up with you.
Thank you for having me. I really enjoyed it.
Love seeing all the great things Leah continues to do here. Coming up next on BBN Tonight, we'll continue our conversations with Kentucky basketball players. This week, I find out more about Zan Payne's life on and off the court. We'll be right back.